Hey, motherfucker, welcome back to
August 22nd, bitch.
Yeah, this is your podcast for August 22nd.
Starting loud,
2020.
starting aggressive.
Yeah, man, coming at you.
August.
This is, I don't know, I said it all. This is your podcast for August 22nd.
You know what
I
August
can't reach
22nd
that. Could you open
is?
that sweaty-ass beer for me? What is August 22nd? You tell me.
August 22nd is National Surgical Oncologist Day.
Thank God. Thank God for surgical oncologists.
No, for real, thank God for surgical oncologists.
Yeah, seriously,
For
you know?
fucking real. But it's apparently a couple other days. And I just looked it up because I'm like, let's see what day it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's also National Pecan Tort Day.
Thank God. Finally.
National
Some representation.
Bao Day. B-A-O.
Wait, hold on. B-A-O. Bow.
Yeah, where's that come from, do you think?
Bow. I don't know.
That's like a Chinese dumpling.
Okay.
And then this is the one that drives me absolute bonksies.
Okay.
Bonksy is National Tooth Fairy Day.
What the fuck?
Fucking Tooth Fairy.
Okay, but then, like, what is the process for getting a national day? Do you just declare it? Is it like that episode of The Office?
I guess so, because on this website that is like nationaldays.org or something.
You can just sign up your day.
Yeah, well, they say it is, which, by the way, National Tooth Fairy Day comes twice a year.
Okay.
It gets 2 fucking days.
That's fucked up.
And I guess they'll always look and say where these national holidays come from. And on like all of those except National Surgical Oncologist Day, they're like, yeah, we don't know where this came from, but it's a thing.
So we can just make a National Sex, Drugs, and Opera Day.
Absolutely.
That is so fucking dumb, man. Well, every day doesn't need to be a day. There was an Instagram page I followed for a while that was like that did exactly that. They would say like what day it is today. Today's Meatball Day or whatever. And I followed them for a while, but then they were wrong. They said like it was Opera Day, but like, you know, of course you and I, we can't avoid when it's International Opera Day because everyone's going to use that to plug their shit.
Right.
Which is funny because then your stuff gets lost.
Like, there are some days that are actual fucking days.
Yeah.
Christmas is, of course, a day, right? It's a day for the entire world, so we're making it a fucking day. 9/11 now is a day, for good or bad.
Yeah.
That day is a fucking day. But National Pecan Tort Day?
Why? It doesn't need a day. You know what I mean? You can celebrate it any time.
Exactly.
Days are supposed to be like when we remember something, usually something tragic or something good or heroic or something.
Right.
We take a moment to be like, yeah, man, that fucking happened, and I can sit here and drink beer at 10 in the morning on a Tuesday thanks to that.
You know,
but pecan torts didn't do shit for me.
They didn't do fucking shit for anybody except some lonely, disgusting man whose life
Can you jam? I gotta get a bottle opener.
somehow fucking revolved around pecan torts long enough where he said, you know what? It is a travesty. It is an injustice that pecan torts aren't recognized as a day. And then he fought. And then this guy put in this sad man, which,
you know, it's funny.
I don't know if it was a man, but it was definitely a man. Some disgusting old man with weird sort of square glasses with that like bar that goes across connecting the top of the glasses, and he's wearing socks and fucking sandals, and the socks are pulled up to his fucking knees, and his like knees are like swelled down, going up over the top of the sock. I mean, that guy...
knee cleavage is hot,
yeah,
dude.
knee cleavage. This is the guy that got fucking Pecan Tort Day made a thing.
How do you get into this wax of this beer?
Oh, you got to get knuckle deep in the wax.
Okay.
Here, give it here.
Well, here, okay. We're
Anyway,
trying to
that's
open this beer. Now, Pecan Tort Day is good, but you know what's funny is there's probably some like extremely like important history behind it. We're just fucking.
Oh,
like,
man, we're going to get
you know what I mean?
smashed on
Someone's
Twitter
like,
or something.
pecans were the thing that saved this group of people as they were doing this thing. And if it wasn't for the pecan tort where they hid the keys to the jail, we wouldn't have cell phones today. You know, it's
Yeah, we're going to get blasted on this.
fucking do it. I don't give a shit, okay? Mike and I have entered the going out in a blaze of glory phase.
God, I love this phase. This is my favorite phase of life, where basically anytime anything comes up, we say, fuck it. If this is the end, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
Then if this is the end, then we're going down with our guns out.
Yeah, fuck it, man. People are too scared, dude. I talk about this all the time, but like in other genres like jazz and rock, like you don't get rappers or rock musicians on podcasts and shit like that. Most of the time, they don't give a shit. Josh Groban's playing piano, singing Kanye West tweets, singing like "fuck this" and "fuck that" on live TV. But like the average opera singer is so afraid to step out of line, man.
That's true.
So afraid to step out of line. I can smell this already. I think this might be sour grapes here.
Are you serious? Because look,
Here's to sour.
Okay, wait. Let's see if this actually. Yes, all these beers went bad.
Yeah, but I like that. That tastes like Apfelwein, man.
All these beers, yeah, because it went sour.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna keep drinking it.
So we fucking got these beers. I brought them back from my trip to America last year from Butler Brew Works, a great brewery. And if you listen back to these podcasts, it was like, this one's kind of sour tasting. Oh, wow, this one kind of tastes sour.
Yeah.
And I think they all went fucking bad on the flight over.
Yeah.
They all went bad, dude. I wouldn't drink it if I were you.
Well, what's the worst that could happen?
I don't know.
I'm going to be like those squirrels that eat those fermented apples, dude.
Your piss starts to burn,
yes,
maybe?
I'm used to it. You live as much life as I have. All right. Anyway, so we're podcasting today. I need to wake the fuck up. I was telling Mike before this thing started. In Germany, there's a really popular type of apartment called what is that? Dachgeschoss, I guess, right?
Right, where you're up in like
an attic.
They just take an attic and make it into an
apartment.
So
you got like the curved ceilings, but they're often like cheap and easy to get. But boy, fucking howdy, are they hot as fuck up there, man. And we have a heat wave out here in Germany. And it gets hot around here. You don't think about it, but I remember, I probably said it on the podcast like 2 years ago or something. I went back to California, and I came back ready to brag because where my parents live, it's really fucking hot. It's in the middle of the state near like Death Valley,
right.
you know? And it was like over 40 degrees every day. So for you American fucks, that's like 104 Fahrenheit or something, like every day, you know? And come back to Germany ready to brag about how hot it had been. And everyone's here is like, it was hotter here. And it was. In Frankfurt that summer, it had been hotter for like 2 weeks. That was like 2 years ago. You remember that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That was a terrible summer.
Yeah, that was hot as shit. But this...
No rain, nothing.
The basement we have now, which is thanks to our lovely sponsors.
Thank you, guys.
Is always cool.
Yeah.
It's never been hot down here. It's never been hot. The Boom Boom Room's another story.
The Boom Boom Room, you go in there and breathe for 2 minutes, and you are in a sauna. You're sweating your tighties off.
But it's such an easy fix. We were talking about buying an air conditioner. You just run like a hose in there and have like a little of cold air, man. You're
but isn't that going to fuck with the sound in there?
I don't think so. Not if you have it coming in, you know? Have it come through a sock or something.
Dude, can I... you're going to fucking... What is it? Apollo 13, that shit.
What, did they do that?
Don't you remember in Apollo 13?
I saw that movie when I was like 13 years old.
Like the air scrubber fucking broke, and they were running out of that, like their oxygen environment was becoming CO2.
Okay.
Like real fucking quick. Because they were just breathing it, and that's all it was. And they had another air scrubber, but they couldn't... Like, it was in the landing module, right?
Okay.
So they had to reroute that, but because it was built in two different places, the components didn't fit between the modules, between the normal place where they fly in and the landing module, right?
Yeah.
So they had to fucking pegger rig. They had to, like, take their socks and duct tape and this and that, and they had to fucking put them together. And that's what we would do. We would take the clean, pristine
I think it'd work. No, if you had the hose far enough away, and then you had it come through like at least 4 socks sewed together.
Yeah. 4 socks. That's... We got to get some new socks. You're not using my socks.
I don't have enough socks to be doing that.
I'm pouring into my shoes right now, baby. Hey, can I fucking... I want to rant about one more thing. About one more thing.
Just don't start yelling.
That's...
Or get off the mic if you're going to start yelling.
Good luck with that, dude. Good luck with that. That's what I do.
Right, what are we ranting about?
So I went to Maastricht again this past weekend.
Netherlands. Lovely town.
Every fucking time I go, I just...
get the bitterballen.
I get the fucking bitterballen, and you go to a restaurant, and every restaurant, they're like... I'm like, is this the... beer menu, and they're like, yeah, but scan this, and we have the other 130 beers that we have to offer.
It's good beer drinking out there.
And it's like not just what they have, but like the local breweries are fucking amazing. And I made a post talking about how, my God, I love coming here because you have a selection, any kind of beer you want.
Okay.
If you go to a restaurant in Germany, you open up a menu, and it says Pils, fucking
Pilsner,
fucking Weizen and Helles.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
Yeah.
That's fucking it.
Yeah, Germany has a really big reputation of being like the beer country. And what Germany does have is every city you go to has their beer. There's like a Darmstadt beer, there's a Mainz beer. There's every city has their beer, and that is cool, but it's kind of like that everywhere.
And it kind of all tastes very similar.
Yeah,
There's no huge variation. And every time I come into something like this, the Texas of Germany, the people from Bayern.
Oh, yeah. Which in English is Bavaria.
Bavaria, right? Which, hey, I love Texas. I love Bavaria. Really good. And they have a strong brewing history.
Yeah.
But they come after me like I kicked their mother in the vagine when I start talking about beer and how other countries are doing it well.
Yeah.
And then all the talk comes out about the fucking Reinheitsgebot.
Yeah,
and
the purity law.
And we talked about this on the
You're making me work over here.
And we talked about this on the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Right? The purity law was a fucking political tool also. It wasn't just we care about the purity, so we do this. Now you were trying to fucking control prices between this and that, and it was also a religious aspect. They didn't want pagan ingredients in there.
Nah, man.
But I even got a distant relative who I don't know if I've ever spoken to in my entire life.
Yeah.
Trying to educate me on the fucking Reinheitsgebot. On Facebook, baby.
On Facebook.
And he was like, yeah, but that's why I only drink beer in Germany. I'll only drink beer whenever I go to Germany because of the purity law and because of the Reinheitsgebot. I'm like, fuck that noise.
Yeah, but you unpacked a goddamn can of worms, man. First off, I want to say that Belgian beer is underrated. But also, like, the beer culture in Belgium, the Netherlands, at least where I've been in those areas, is like, lots of selection. Lots of selection. And it's true in Germany. Most places you go to will only have like 5 or 6 different beers, but each bar has a different 5 or 6, you know? Right. But big selections at one bar is not normal. Unless it's a chain. They do have chains.
And you're hard-pressed to find an IPA at a bar.
Yeah. The craft brew scene here is growing in like shops, which are still hard to find, and still they all have the same selection. Like when we used to do beer for the podcast, like I would have my place in Frankfurt I was going to. You back then lived in Darmstadt. Like while I was living in Frankfurt, you had your place, but like it was kind of the same beer all the time.
Yeah, and we were kind of running out of options.
Yeah. Because it's like there must be some magazine that some like group got together and sold to like all the people of fucking Germany. Right. And it's the same 10 or 20 beers.
I mean, we could keep going with it. I missed that part of it where we had an interesting beer each time. That was a really nice part of the podcast. But
we can bring it back.
We could bring it back. Wait,
I don't know why we stopped. I guess we started doing early podcasts.
Started doing these early podcasts. It's hard to get all chopped up at the beginning of the day.
Yeah,
and
I'm doing it. Fuck it. It's Monday. We're recording this on Monday, the 17th, I guess. And it's like 10:30 in the morning or something like that. And I'm going to drink both these fucking sour beers. I'm saying it right now.
Sour mash.
Before this day's done,
beers.
man. I'm going to sour it up. You know, but like to bring it around a bit, what you're talking about with this beer thing where people say like I only drink the purity law beers in Germany, blah, blah, blah. It's like people always take it too far with things they like, with beer, with alcohol, whatever. They always get to this fucking point where they become snobs about it.
Yep.
You know, like I don't know where the gray area is where you have preferences and you have knowledge of something, and then you become a snob.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I don't know what the snob line is, but there's got to be a definitive point where it's like you're a fucking like snob now. You know?
This is opera of the beer world that we're talking about, right? They're like, this is no longer the craft that we all loved and appreciate, and I'm like, what? Shut up.
I think you become a snob when you start to talk down to other people for their preferences.
I guess so, which they accused me of doing.
Yeah.
Which I was accused of doing, saying, well, don't put down the German beer scene just because you like something else. Fair enough. I didn't say they made bad beer.
Yeah.
What I said was, you can't find anything else. And then, what we started hearing was, oh yeah, you put all these fruity things in beer. Fruity things?
Yeah.
No, that's not what it's just about. There are different kinds. There are different ways of making beer. And it's not just that people are taking a bunch of fucking bananas and throwing them in beer. That's not what's fucking happening. It's that there are a bunch of... like, if you like music...
Yeah.
The German beer scene is like if you like opera and nothing else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of really good opera, but then you miss the fucking you miss Johnny
Well,
Cash, and you miss Michael Jackson, and you miss fucking AC/DC, and you miss all this beautiful stuff.
You like opera from the classical period.
Right,
Not opera now. You didn't let it develop, you know?
No. What I'm saying is, wow, yeah, that's even more specific. That's like saying, oh, I like a Pils and not a Weizen. I mean that you have this one
see.
sort of thing. So
Okay.
the German beer scene is opera, that genre.
Yeah.
And the IPA is maybe rock and roll, and the porter is fucking like folk music.
Yeah.
And you got all these different fucking things. And if you've got these blinders onto the other stuff, you're missing this huge repertoire of stuff. And it just makes me I don't know. It just makes me a little bummed out. I would like to drink more beer is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'd like to be drinking more beer, but whatever.
Yeah, that's something that's different. It's funny. If you get out, you travel the world. You learn a couple things, and something I've learned is people are the fucking same everywhere.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like in different quantities. But like I was riding the train today, and a dude fucking refused to wear his fucking mask, even after people told him. Like they're everywhere. They're in Germany too. You know what I mean? Like this type of shit happens everywhere. But there are little spices that are different everywhere. Like I was in Spain not that long ago, and it's like the architecture I found really fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the food and the beer and stuff, these are the things that really make a place to me stand out.
Yeah.
Because people become the same everywhere.
Yeah, that's
people
true.
to me are like, the language is like, okay, fine. And like, but it's actually more of the way people like dress. It's the smells. It's like the sensory things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people are
Absolutely.
still fucking animals no matter where you go. But the different beer of places is something I always do. Whenever I go somewhere new, I drink the beer.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the food. I was traveling all over like Czechoslovakia a while back, and I didn't give a shit about the food, but like the beer, I tried the beer everywhere I went. Because people who make beer, man, they really put a lot of effort into it, and then it's going to be good. But if you swing into any random German place and eat a schnitzel, you're going to eat a bad schnitzel half the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless you go to someone
That's
who
a
knows
good point.
how to cook that shit. But beer, it comes in a fucking bottle. You know it's going to taste as it should taste.
Yeah. Except this one, which went bad when we brought it over from America, dude. And it doesn't matter. You're pounding that shit anyway.
I don't know if you guys out there know what Apfelwein is, apple wine, but it's like wine, but from apples. I don't know what the fuck it is. It tastes like apples, gets you drunk.
Yeah.
But you
It's
mix...
like the cider. It's like they had apple cider that they just left for a little too long.
Yeah, it's basically apple cider. And what you do out here is you buy a bottle of it pure, and then you cut it with like fizzy water, you know?
Yeah.
And it's really fucking refreshing during the summer. And the first time I had it, it was way too sour, but it grows on you. And anyway, I've been drinking a shit ton of that lately because it's so fucking hot in my apartment. Boom! So I'm on the sour train. It's no
Nice.
problem. Well, should we segue?
Well, look, dude. I mean, up there where you are, you're
Yep.
basically isolated
Oh,
in
God,
this
here it
fucking
comes. Yeah.
in this fucking Dachbude. Yeah.
Fucking
Up there,
attic,
he's
yeah.
isolated like he's on a desert island.
Oh, there it is.
That's our topic for today, which we didn't. We're 18 minutes in. We didn't even tell him what the fucking topic is. Today, the topic
you
is
read it.
desert island shit, baby.
Desert island shit.
Jared and I, somebody's gonna flight deliver us. We're just gonna parachute down to a desert island, and we're gonna tell you what shit we're taking.
By
with
the
us.
way, so Mike and I are going to kind of talk about like operas, some other categories that we like would take with us if it was the one thing you'd have on a desert island. And for our secret sponsors section, then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to talk about the things that we would fucking throw in the trash. So if you want to know what we fucking hate, you can check it out there. But just to... I was looking up randomly, I just realized this now, I was looking up the price of islands the other day to buy an island.
what the fuck, dude?
It's not that expensive, dude. It's not that expensive.
What's your run-of-the-mill island?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Where like people imagine a tropical island. But I'm talking about like, have you ever driven past like a lake and in the middle of the lake there's an island with all these fucking trees on it?
Yeah,
I'm talking about one of those. Most of those are for sale.
Are you serious?
Most of those are for fucking sale.
Why
yeah.
is our studio not on a fucking island?
I don't know, man.
Take a rowboat out to make a podcast.
But the
That's
the
amazing.
really good ones, like an island with like lots of room and trees and a dock, is going to be like $400,000 or something like that, $500,000. But if you just want like an unkept island that you need to take care of yourself, you can get them for like $80,000 fucking dollars off the coast of Maine and shit. Like it's not that ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
a
but they don't
tropical
have
island with
power
the
or
palm
anything
trees and
like
shit.
that.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to get some solar panels and like fucking figure that shit out and collect some rainwater. You know, but
I like it.
You can fucking do it with a little bit of effort.
Look, that's kind of a dream. That's kind of a fucking dream. I would love to live out on one of those fucking things.
The older I get, the more erect I get when I see like campers or like shit where you just fucking isolate
Off the grid.
off the fucking grid, like solar panels, shit that turns your PP into fucking Kool-Aid. All that shit gets me rock hard.
You're so people would always talk about like hoarding for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
I think now it should shift to fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
You're hoarding for a pandemic now, which, by the way, you mentioned masks. People don't want to wear their masks. When we went to the Netherlands, we said, we asked at the hotel, what's the mask rule in restaurants and stores? They're like, you don't have to wear it yet. They have never required masks.
Yeah, I was in
Ever.
I was in Denmark a couple weeks ago, and it was the same thing. It was like in supermarkets and stuff, like just no one was wearing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
and they're not having big numbers.
Yeah, I don't know what the population density is. In Denmark, I think it's like there's like there's like 500 million people in that fucking country. I don't know, something like that.
No, there are 300 million people in America, dude.
In Denmark, there's not that many people, and they all live in fucking Copenhagen.
That's what I mean. 500 million people is a lot of people.
I said 5 million.
You said 500 million.
I did not say 500
swear
million.
to God, people.
That would be a ridiculous number to say.
That's a ridiculous number to say. That's why.
Population.
We'll have to see.
Of Denmark. No. Because like I was doing a show in Estonia a while back, and I think the whole country of Estonia is like 1.5 million people.
That's amazing, baby.
And something like 700,000 of them live in Tallinn. The whole country lives in one city, basically.
You can have like
5.8 million people in Denmark.
5.8 million.
And so most of them live in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is like the population density. I'm sure in Copenhagen they probably had different rules, but once you get out of the big city. Like in the Netherlands, it's like Maastricht, It's like if you're not in Amsterdam, the population density is so low, they probably don't have to. Like in America, I don't know if you're in a really rural part of America. I have no idea what the mask policy is out there.
I mean, everybody's wearing masks everywhere. Still, I don't know. I've not been to America for a while. First off, I don't think I think the travel restrictions are kind of hard going to America. I mean, America's having much more. You guys all know this better than we do. America's having much more of a problem with COVID than basically anywhere.
Yeah.
Basically anywhere.
Yeah, for a number of factors.
For a number of factors, which we're not fucking getting into right now.
No, I'm not going to get into it, but you fuckers should fucking register to vote, and just fucking
exactly.
Like I know it always. I'm not going to get into it, but I'm just saying you got two parties, right? And you don't like either of them. You go in the direction you want. Yeah, you fucking like go in the direction you want, and then fix things later. But in the last election, I looked it up. I can't remember what it was, but an absolutely astronomical number of people did not vote.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And mostly young people. So you young fucks listening, you lazy young piece of shit.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of
fucking
pisses
do something or shut the fuck up.
We can't talk about it a lot, but it does piss me off a little bit that the majority of the loud voices out there are young people, and young people have the shittiest voting record in America.
Old people. I saw this really cool ad.
Old people take it as like a social, obligation to get out there and vote, and young people
also
take it as a social obligation to get out there and like fucking have loud voices, which is
share
fine.
Shit on Facebook,
but then fucking cast your vote.
Yeah, and in all the elections, at the primaries and everything, man, and like governors and stuff, like, because part of the problem that's going on is not just like fucking Trump, but it's also like the other branches that are also overrun. Like you got to vote and all that shit, man.
Like if you are a person in America and you are not taking your local elections absolutely seriously,
local
you're
shit.
a fucking idiot.
Local shit.
Like that, those are some of the most important. Like everybody somehow thinks that the biggest change you can make is at the presidency. It is not.
Yeah, that's why the checks and balances aren't fucking working right now, because all the local shit is also
exactly
corrupt and shit like that.
Exactly. Get in there and like fucking vote for the police chief. Like do what you can.
Yeah, that stuff. Yeah,
for
that
your
local
mayor.
stuff.
And you have to make sure your city council is in order.
Yeah, and if you're 18 years old, okay, you're fresh out of high school, you don't know shit yet, fucking vote.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that are young and
that are
listening
young
to us.
Don't. And hey, I'm gonna bring this around. voting, but also it's the same with a goddamn fucking opera career. So many good people don't have a career because they sit and they wait to be discovered.
Yep.
You have to be active, and it's not an insane amount of work. You have to put yourself out there. You have to go and like request the ballot and fill it the fuck out. Go wait in line for an hour if you have to. Mask up. It's fucking important. People fucking died. People died. People with families and children died so you can fucking vote. Women couldn't even fucking vote until not that long ago in the course of human history.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave. That was like Monteverdi Piccatate, or whatever they call it.
You fucking nerd. All right, we're doing a Desert Island shit. Go fucking vote, you bunch of fucking lazy
fucking
fucks.
vote, you assholes.
That's a good ad, dude. That's
Fucking
a good ad.
vote, assholes.
Yeah, fucking vote, you ass. Old people, man, they got nothing to do. They got nothing to do.
Seriously, they have worked out the route to the like.
It's all they got to-
practiced
yeah.
the route.
Yes.
And the time that they need to get out, like they've literally gotten up and say, "Today's my rehearsal day," and they walk to the ballot.
Yeah.
Like have a little fake ballot that they like. Oh, here's who I'm voting for.
Yeah, you can't fuck with them, man. It's the same in like Germany. Like they like my neighbors, you know, they obsess about the stairwell in my apartment, right?
Yeah.
They clean it every other day.
Good for
and
them.
We live on the 4th or 5th floor or something like that. And what they do is and this is very German, they have a sign with a frowny face that says Ich bin schmutzig, and they put it in front of people's doors.
Oh my God.
Ich bin schmutzig means like I'm dirty, and they put it in front of people's doors that haven't cleaned in front of their door. Enough, man. Because they got nothing better to fucking do, man.
That is a German thing.
Yeah.
That's an old person thing, but
Yeah.
that's a German
That's
thing,
a
too.
German old
to
person
make
thing.
a sign.
Yeah.
And by the way, old people don't have fucking computers and printers at home normally. So that means they somehow designed some kind of thing. Is it written or is
No, it's like
computer?
It's like Comic Sans font with some emoji that's not mainstream.
Is it laminated?
No, it's just a little folded paper.
Okay,
I
so-
think people clean and bring it back up.
That's
you
the
know?
thing. So they went to some sort of design place, like a print shop.
And they were like, I need a sign.
I need a sign.
No, they probably did.
Schmutzig.
They asked their their son's grandkid, and he was like, "Fuck, man, Grandma needs an Ich bin schmutzig sign."
Because to them that's
I'm
like
sweating, dude.
That's like writing code to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Is making one of those signs.
Oh God.
And to get it printed is the fucking launch.
Yeah.
And there's no way that you're right. They definitely got a grandchild to do it for them, but they went to the effort.
Yeah.
And you better believe that those people who are old, and the majority of old people are fucking conservative, because anybody it's going to happen to everybody, by the way. If you think I'm going to stay the most liberal person till the day I die, nope. No, you're not, because times change and you've got embedded what you thought at that point.
Yeah.
Whatever you're thinking, because that's just history, folks. That's just
It's
history.
always been that way.
We're getting more and more and more and more and more liberal with our societies, unless you're living in a fucking dictatorship or something, which if you are, don't just vote, get out there and fucking you gotta rebel against that shit. Anyway, Desert Island.
All right. So you want to go first or you want to go second here?
I wonder who would get elected, me or you, on the desert island.
Between the two of
We'd
us?
have democracy.
That sounds like a skit, man. Just like a vote between two people.
And it's
Another
50-50.
draw, man.
Another draw. Try again next year. Or you only. What if you're so ingrained in your ways, you're on your desert island, and you only vote every 4 years on who the leader is going to be? Somehow there was a leader, or you just are operating with this interim government because you could never decide.
The thing
who's
is,
gonna be the leader.
you would. If you and I were on an island, we would like draft a set of laws because you'd go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The human mind is crazy. Like even animals, though, like in the zoo, it's kind of cruel sometimes because nothing with consciousness is meant to just sit there passively.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
And when you're young, like my age, like or your age, it's like when we are bored, we do something that takes a lot of effort. We start a podcast. We burn this fucking wood sign. You know what I mean? But when you're old, you don't have the fucking energy. And so you make a fucking Ich bin schmutzig fucking sign, and you put it for me, and I step on it.
You and I have gotten into some fucking fisticuffs over sex, drugs, and opera when our lives have fucking cell phones and cars and bikes and bars to go to and shit to do. What would happen if you and I were on a fucking desert island together and we couldn't come up with the fucking right way to, I don't know, strap together a fucking boat to make our 34th attempt to get off the goddamn island?
I think we would last 2 months until someone killed somebody.
We do, but we're okay.
Yeah.
We're okay to get, like, we would, you and I would do fine. But there is no question who the leader would be because it comes down to brute strength. You would fucking be Mike, it is now happening this way, and twist my arm until it happened. That's how nature works.
If I got you right in the beginning, but if I let you get up in the trees and you were up there with coat hangers, you had like a box of coat hangers, man.
If I had coat hangers, dude,
level the playing
you'd be
field.
done.
I think we've talked about it before, but Mike with okay, we got to get to this fucking topic, dude. Okay, what's your desert island opera, Mike? What's the opera you can't live without?
Okay, so I thought pragmatically about this one.
Okay.
And this will shock you, I think, because this is an opera that I can't do all the time, but I thought about the variety of music inside of this opera with both operatic and then orchestral and then this and that. I went with Carmen.
Carmen, man.
Carmen, because Carmen has fucking fight scenes.
I never would have done Carmen. Yeah,
it
fight
has
scenes.
Love scenes.
Okay.
It has funny scenes.
That's true.
It has one of the best finales ever. It has orchestral interludes.
Yeah.
It has like intense music and love music. It has all of that shit and a lot of all of that. Yeah. So there are a bunch of different little orchestral interludes that you could choose. I want an orchestral thing, but I don't want that one. So you go to a different one. Tosca would have been like maybe the one I went with, but it doesn't have all of those things all the time. And it's shorter.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm surprised by Carmen.
I was too. But
the thing is you got to think about it. Like, one of the reasons I wouldn't go with Carmen is because it's done so much. But if you're talking about a desert island opera, you're going to play it over and over anyway. You're going to get sick of it no matter what it is.
That's
so
true.
Then they all equalize. You know what I mean?
And that's why I wanted some variety.
Like, if you listen to Carmen a million times and you listen, like, some other opera a million times so that they were equal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then maybe you would find more depth in Carmen. I'm down. There's lots of characters, too, and shit.
Lots of different characters. Like,
it's funny because you and I have said before on the podcast that Tosca is like, you know, our favorite opera, but I also didn't pick Tosca.
Okay.
You know?
Interesting. I thought you might have.
I really thought about it. If we were doing an act, then Act 2 of Tosca is the one I would take.
Yes.
If we were doing an act. But Act 1 and Act 3 of Tosca, I'm not a huge fan of it. It's kind of slow. And it's got a lot of fat, I think.
There's some fat, especially in Act 3. That love duet can get a little fatty.
Yeah, but in the beginning, too, it's like, we get it, man. They're in love. You know, we don't need the whole fucking thing. But Act 2 just fucking moves, man. But I did Pagliacci.
Same sort of thing.
For the same reasons, there's this love duet. The Silvio Netta love duet is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, Vesti la Giuba, there's sadness, there's happiness, there's love,
also
there's
one of the best finales.
A fantastic finale, but also the opening. Si può, you know, this fucking clown coming out. It's philosophical. Like, there's good shit in there. There's also
we both
stuff.
went with the fucking tenor killing the soprano.
I mean, that's such a high percentage of
Of course. All right. Yeah, fair.
I'll plug it again on the Secret Sponsor podcast. We're going to talk about the operas we hate, which I'm a little bit more excited to do, I got to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We might give a couple. Okay, let's go round. I don't know if you have it in your head.
What?
What's your second? If you, let's say you could take two. What's your other one that you might?
The opera.
Yeah. What's the one that you debated taking?
It would have been Tosca, I think. Then. I think so.
I threw around.
If I had two, because there's nothing light in Tosca. They tried in Act 1, you know, with this like, oh, you're so jealous. Oh, you. But like.
Yeah, that's not.
Is there ever a funny moment in like all of Tosca? In Act 1, he paints. There's the sacristan, Scarpia.
Yeah, the sacristan's the funniest.
Yeah, but he's not funny. He's like, oh man, the church, fucking the church. I work here. It's
true.
There's never a moment in all of Tosca.
No.
In all of Tosca, man. Is there? No.
If so,
there's no pause for laugh when he gets shot. That's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, I giggle sometimes. Well, that has mostly to do with how bad fucking people suck at dying on stage. How bad people suck at it.
I love people overacting when they die.
Oh, Christ,
Like, if I was directing Tosca, I'd have to get shot, and he'd be like, oh, damn!
You shot me!
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah, I would have to do that.
Oh, no!
And then she'd be like, oh, Mario, he acts so well. Look at the way he dies, which is, I think, the text she says, and he's like, they got me!
Look, I don't know how I would react. I don't know how I would react if I saw... So... That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
To have him like...
Yeah, just like,
right?
She's like, Mario, what a good actor. Like,
Yeah, to make it so clear that he's acting shitty. Like, that's a legitimate interpretation. Like, you're clearly doing something funny,
The
and
audience
it would be hilarious.
Yes.
But I'm not sure if I would like it as an audience member or fucking hate it, because it is Tosca.
Yeah. Just shit on the ending, Just have him shit his pants. Just
Shit his pants.
Just a wet fart.
Foam.
Just fuck you all. That's been a dream of mine, is someday to do like a really artistically meaningful performance at the end, just like fuck
Fucking
you.
ruin it.
Just fuck you all.
Dude,
man.
that is incredible. That's really funny.
Sweating down here. Yeah.
That's really fucking funny. I like that idea.
I thought about trying to do a version of Tosca where because I did a version of Tosca not that long ago where everything was going wrong, right? Like the painting was falling over, like they forgot the knife, like the table leg broke, so someone was like, the what's that role that you do in Tosca? Spoletta was standing there holding the table leg up so the table wouldn't fall down during the dinner scene, and he couldn't walk away. Like I thought about staging a show where just everything goes wrong, but you don't tell people it is, and it's like you wouldn't realize it till halfway act 2. Like you would think just like everything,
right.
You know what I mean? But that's part of the staging is like it's like
That's good.
it's
That's
like
not
a
bad.
comedy within a fucking anyway. All right, let's move on.
I was gonna. There is one comical bit. Like I once saw Spoletta done where the guy was over. Like clearly he took the Spieltenor or the character tenor part really fucking serious because it was goofy.
Yeah,
He played it goofy. He literally came up during the Te Deum
Don't get too far off the mic.
and he said, "Sta bene il convegno." And then it was a big name, fucking Scarpia.
Yeah.
And then he played along with it actually really well. It was a little funny where he said, Palazzo Farnese, and then he rolls his eye like a Jerry Seinfeld eye roll, and then boom, serious.
Yeah.
He went Jerry Seinfeld fucking George London.
Uh-huh.
And it was awesome. That sort of back and forth to it
Yeah.
made it sort of work and didn't completely ruin the Te Deum.
I gotta watch that opera again because there probably is room for some funny stuff in there somewhere.
Well, Spoletta was the one, and I gotta say, I was like, I'm glad that is not the only recording I had heard, and then went into a production with those ideas because I would have fucking embarrassed myself.
But the thing about Tosca is like it just gets dark immediately.
Right.
Immediately, it's like you have this bandaged, bloody dude running in, and it's just like they're gonna fucking kill me, man. And it's never light.
Yeah.
It's never light. So that's why I didn't pick it for my
We
desert
could
island.
talk. Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
so wait, Tosca was your number 2?
I think it's my number 2. I think so. Maybe Dutchman.
I don't know. Dutchman's
Yeah, it's
got
pretty
some fat.
heavy. Yeah, it's got a lot of
got
fat.
some fucking fat too.
Yeah.
I thought about Bohème, but there's no fucking. There's no.
Yeah,
in
no,
Bohème.
not in Bohem. Bohem's all.
But it might make you feel cold on a hot desert island.
Yeah, but that's funny. That's because Carmen, what you picked, and Meet Pagliacci, I didn't think about it as deeply as I am now, but it has a lot of elements.
Yeah.
There's sweet moments. And you could rewatch. Like you don't have to watch the whole opera every time. But if I was on a desert island, like the Netta Silvio duet is 20 minutes long or so, like that, and it's just fucking love. And it's just sweetness and warmth. And there's like there's not all the violence, but Tosca's fucking violent.
Tosca's violent right away. No. I think you and I made some good fucking choices. that like things that would let us survive on the desert fucking island, because you could. I think that's the right way to do it, by the way. Also, if we're talking practicality and wanting to survive on the island, you don't listen. You don't press play and listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
You say, "This is the scene I'm listening to," and that scene is your scene for months.
But I do that. Do you do that in real life? Like I do that now. Like I won't listen. I never listen to a whole opera, but I'll put like act like 4 of Bohème on a loop and like listen to it throughout the week when I'm on the bus or something like that. You know? Or I'll like I was doing Cortigiani the other day from Rigoletto, like not the aria itself, but the stuff leading up to the aria is fucking awesome,
absolutely.
dude. And I was kind of just listening to that a lot. And then once I got into the aria, I would just kind of start it over, you know? So, yeah, being able to segment it out. All right, what about singer? What do you got for singer? You go first on this one.
Singer?
Yeah.
There's one.
Who's that?
I'm sorry. Well, look, I just like the way the guy acts and the different colors that he has, and that's Mr. Terfel.
Terfel.
I'm sorry. I know there are so many other singers. There are so many other singers that are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But Bryn has something about when you watch him on stage.
Yeah.
By the way, is he coming to the island? I never thought about that. We're talking about taking a singer.
Is that what it is? No,
I didn't know about that.
No.
Which,
It's just
by the way,
recordings.
I would want
It's
Bryn,
recordings.
that big fucking guy. He can do some work, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
That guy's lifting some logs.
Yeah. All right, I might go another direction if they're coming to the island. But like, Bryn. But it's funny, you know. I also thought about Bryn. He's in my top 3. But it's funny. This is actually good exercise. You all should fucking do this because it's funny because sometimes our favorite singers are not the people we've listened to a long time because they're one-dimensional.
Right, and
you know
that's one of the reasons I picked Bryn.
Yeah.
Multifaceted.
And also, it's the same thing. I thought about a lot of singers, but it's like, if they got power and that's their thing. Like, to me, what's an example? Like, Jonas Kaufmann is someone who's like a power singer.
Yeah.
I don't listen. He's got soft stuff, but it's not what he's known for.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not known for like lilt or musicality. Just like Juan Diego Flores is not known for power.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, you got singers that are known for different things, and that's fucking fine. But when you pick someone... You start to think about, versatility. I want the most bang for my buck.
Yeah.
And you're kind of starting to think like an intendant then, you know, like an opera director. And it's a good thought exercise as you develop your own technique. But I also thought about Bryn, and of course I thought about Corelli for the same reason.
Me too.
Got it.
Me too.
But I actually went with Pav in the end.
Yeah.
Just because I fucking love it. For the same reason, I like how he acts.
Yeah.
You know?
That's not what everybody would say.
That shit, man, is fucking good. I liked all that shit. But also his Una
He'd eat up all the food on the island. Though.
Yeah.
You're surviving.
I'd put him down in a
dude.
pit. Yeah, I'd dig a hole. I'd put him down in there. I'd throw him. But he's got the soft stuff. He's got the stuff. And towards the end, he was singing with Queen and shit. So
Yeah, he's got some versatility.
But yeah, Bryn, Corelli, and Pav were the 3 I had to decide between.
Corelli and Pav. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pav's not doing as much work on the island as Bryn.
Dude, you went way too practical.
No, well, I know.
You have
I
a
get
box of CDs, man. That's the thing.
A box of CDs. Okay.
What's your? We got to move on here. What's your role? What's the role you took? You gotta practice a role and sing it for the fucking coconuts for the rest of time.
This one was a hard one.
Yeah.
This one was really, really hard because I didn't want to go in my fach, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It had to have.
I stayed in my fach.
Yeah, I think I went with Iago.
Iago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Iago also, like, again, for the versatility. He shows the fucking
Yeah, there's rage and there's also like intrigue and there's all the
intrigue with him like raising his eyebrow and looking over at the tenor thinking like, I've got you, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
There's all of that, and there's nice flexibility and versatility.
Nah, it's true. I thought about Iago too.
Don Jose would also be a good one. Also a really flexible guy, but he's too much of a, come on, get the fuck out of here. Dude, go back to this girl you love. Go back to where you're from in fucking Spain and drink some wine and be happy with Michaela. She'll be fine. She'll starfish a bit, but it's fine.
I thought, those country girls, man. Starfishing. I thought about Rodolfo. I thought about Scarpia and the Dutchman, you know. What kind of 3? I think at the end of the day, I go Scarpia. I just love that role so much. That's the role.
It's too good.
And I've told people that like there's some people they want to sing a bunch of shit, but if I ever could carve a career out for myself where I was singing Scarpia, just every month.
Yeah.
I got a scar. I would do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
There's rage. There's seductive. There's intrigue. There's playfulness. It's all there, man. As far as singing goes, you know?
That was one of my that was up there too. I don't think I had a tenor role that I would want to do every fucking day for the rest of my life.
No.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, there are plenty. There are plenty of roles, but fucking Iago, maybe one of the best bad guys ever.
Yeah, no, totally. You know what's funny is when I was thinking about the two, I was thinking about like when you do operas and you do the same opera enough. Tell me if I'm wrong here. Tell me if you share this opinion or not. Yeah, but like you eventually start to realize that there's like certain types of people that do certain types of role.
Yeah, like me. I'm a fucking character.
No,
tenor.
but I mean like some roles have more of a likelihood of having like an asshole sing them. You know what I mean? Like if you like, let me think of an example. If you're like these roles, like if you're singing like
you're about to offend somebody.
Yeah, you can all go fuck off. If you're singing the Largo, right, like this shit, those people always come in and they're always a bit of a dick because it's like they feel like they're the fucking show. Yeah, I mean, everyone's here to hear this fucking song, and the rest of you can fucking get on your hands and knees so I can stand on top of you.
They're very, very likely to have one extra shirt button unbuttoned.
Oh yeah, they're going just above
they're going
the belly
one
button.
more where it's like a little uncomfortable for everybody. So I think
what are
maybe
some more roles like that though? Like Carmen, of course.
Carmen.
It's hard to have a level-headed Carmen because like the whole opera's about like look at me and look how fucking sexy I am. Musetta's the same, I guess, in that regard.
I guess, but
basically any tenor role ever.
Yeah, any tenor role ever.
Yeah,
but some. I actually Musetta.
Yeah,
I've often like they're pretty. They seem to me. I've done like 5 productions of fucking Bohème, and they've always been really down to earth. But and I think it's because the Musettas because they're not the main role.
Yeah. Okay.
Mimi, it's Mimi's show.
Nah,
she's the one fucking dying, and Musetta's there to play some support at the end.
Yeah.
So if you're just bringing the muff, which I love saying,
that's a literal thing. Okay, she brought the muff.
She brought the muff.
Yeah, for Mimi, right at the end.
That's why Marcello couldn't walk away. Musetta kept bringing that muff.
She brought the muff every time, man. Marcello's an underutilized role, man.
I guess so, but he's
Bro got no aria.
Bro got nothing.
The closest thing is the aria is that one page in the duet where he gets the F sharp.
Where? With the quad?
No, I was like, hey, no.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's like that.
That's right. But that thing in her aria,
yeah,
where he comes in
after
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's really still Marcello's a good role.
Nah, it's a good role. It's also a role anyone can sing, except for the tenor. All those roles, Chenard, Colline, Marcello. It's like if you're like a baritonish, bass baritonish person, you can do them all.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people who have just like done all 3, and they're always doing Bohème. So that's one of those money making shows.
Yeah, learn all 3.
Yeah,
learn all fucking 3.
Do it, man.
Even if it's not exactly right for you, who gives a fuck? Sometimes you gotta make some money.
Marcello's got that's an E. You're talking about that part. He's got the F sharp. It's not a fucking high roll.
No, it's not that.
As long as you can float the E in the duet, you need that shit. But Chenard's got an F in his aria, I guess you can call it,
where he's talking about the parrot.
Yeah, that shit. And Collina's got like I think a low G. You got to be able to get the Vecchia. Yeah, that's a harder one though. You got to have a dark voice for the.
Yeah, that one you got to be bassy. Especially in America, I feel like they cast that bass.
Oh yeah,
they cast that bassy.
Yeah, in America it's very bassy. Here not so much, but it's the difference for like Escamillo. Here is like bassy. Escamillo is like
but that wouldn't be my taste at all.
Yeah.
I want a fucking cavalier baritone who can just fucking...
the knife fight's got a big G at the end.
Yeah,
you know, you got to fucking be ring.
I don't want somebody struggling. Well, I want the exact right amount of struggle. We've talked about that before. Where if you can sing it too easily, that's why Domingo was never convincing to me as a baritone because it's all just too fucking easy for him.
Yeah, well, you can hear when it turns.
Yeah.
You know, where it's like at the edge. I actually had that critique once in a master class I was doing with what's her name? She's to the UW. Jane England, I guess.
Jane England, yeah.
Yeah. She told me, she was like I was singing some French shit, and she was like, yeah, but don't make it so easy. Like make people like think you're working. It's more exciting for them. And I was like,
and that's true.
That's true. Don't make it sound ugly, but like you know, like you just like push out a few beads of sweat, man, and then you know everyone's gonna be wet. All right, let's sponsor.
There's
it up.
a T-shirt.
Yeah. Let's sponsor it up. You ready?
How How many do we have today?
2.
Okay. Man, this is always... Because this goddamn music is so long. You read them today. I always read them.
Oh, man.
Come on, do it.
All right. Can you please do that the whole time? SDAO! Secret sponsor! I have no other word followed for that. Sponsor number 1 for today, Elsa Swanson! Come on down! Jeez, I'm not getting lightheaded. I'm going to fucking pass the fuck out.
I just fucking blew myself out.
Elsa Swanson.
Elsa from
Let It Go,
Frozen.
baby. Let it go and come on down. Next up, we got Melvin. Melvin Lou. Melvin Lou. Come on down, Melvin. I'm going to have to edit all that shit later.
You were peeking like a son of a bitch. You were on Everest there, baby.
Yeah. I was on Everest. Melvin Lou and Elsa Swanson. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Seriously.
Melvin Lou is his last name? L-O-U?
No, L-U. Lou.
Oh, Lou.
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 Lou. I love names like that because if he were in sports,
Yeah.
they would yell his name and it sounded like they were booing
Yeah,
him.
it was like Lou Pinella back in the day for the Manners. They were just like, Lou.
Yeah, I kind of hope you're not a singer.
Melvin Lou.
I kind of hope you're not a singer because if you like do an awesome job and you do such an awesome job that people are just shouting your name, you're going to be so depressed because it's going to sound like people are booing you, dude.
That's funny. That's funny that you bring that up. That's funny that you bring that up because sports athletes, you yell their name. Yep. But actually, I don't think anyone has ever yelled an opera singer's name ever.
I do it.
Do you?
Well, for my friends, if I'm at a performance of one of my friends, I'm like, yeah, Jared!
Yeah, that's true. That's different. I do that too. I'm like, Mike! I just
get a bunch of gray heads looking at you.
If I was at the fucking Met and like whoever the fuck was up there, I wouldn't be like, Kaufman! Yeah, Jonas!
Yeah, seriously, but why not? Dude, we need a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of sex, drugs, and opera fans.
Like reverse clack.
Yeah, start going to the fucking opera and start yelling like you're listening to this podcast. Seriously, start yelling like it's, yeah, baby! That fucking scene was great!
We should, dude. We should. I don't know if you guys know what the clack is, right? But it's like in Italy, there's these people that they'll come like to your hotel the night before, and it's like you got to pay them off or they're going to fucking...
It's like the mafia, and it's a real-ass thing.
Yeah, and they'll come to your show, they'll boo the fuck out of you.
Yep.
Until you can't perform anymore unless you pay them off, you know? And we can do the reverse one. Like, we're going to come and we're going to make your show awesome.
Well, no, they
basically
do
like
that.
buying Instagram likes, you know?
That's basically the clack. I mean, if you pay for it, they'll keep they'll bring you back out for a Bravo if you pay enough. They'll bring you out back for if you're
That's
if you're
so
paying,
genius.
You can do it.
That's so ahead of its time. That's the Instagram.
Dude, it's mafia.
Do you know how cheap it is?
Mafia.
Do you know how cheap it is these days to buy like 1,000 followers on Instagram? It's crazy.
You guys,
It's
we've
fucking crazy.
We've never bought one Instagram follower.
No, and we
ever.
never will. And I know people that have, and I know a lot of you fucks do it, and you should fucking cut that shit out, okay?
Fucking stop.
Social media is fucking dangerous because it'll give you the feeling of being productive when you're not.
Yeah.
You're not doing shit, okay? But you'll feel like you are. Don't do it. All right. So moving away from the sponsors, Elsa Swanson, Melvin Lou, thank you so much for your sponsorship. We've also had some people buy us some beers on Buy Me a Coffee lately. Thank you so much for that. If you want to make a one-time donation to support us, you can go to Buy Me a Coffee and then give us anything, I think, from $1 up to as much as you want. Or head over to our Patreon page to see if you want to support us more long-term and also get something back for your money. You get access to our secret sponsors section. Also, you can go to our donate tab on our website and you can buy stickers. We'll send those out. I just sent some out the other day.
You guys are changing the world for us.
No, really. We're way beyond the point of being able to do this by ourselves. If we lost our sponsors, it'd be fucking done. So for those of you that are sponsoring us, thank you so much. I know it's difficult times financially, so we appreciate it so much. The people that are, some people had to take a break from sponsoring. We totally understand.
Fucking understand.
And we're going to be ready to welcome you back with open arms if you're ever able to come back into us. So thank you.
Come into us, please.
All right,
please
just a
come
tip.
into us.
Just the tip, love.
That reminds me of what is that? Fake Taxi. Where you want to go, love?
Oh yeah. love.
Where you want to go, love? I don't have any money. There's a rocking pair of knockers you got back there. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, it's not for you.
Jesus.
Fake Taxi's a porn website. And you know what's funny is I saw like some documentary or something about that guy, and he was talking about how like they just bought him they bought the taxi, and they like had him come for his first day, and they were like, hey man, take the taxi, girls around there, like this is kind of the basic script outline, go for it. That was it. That was it? That was it. It's like you kind of, I don't know why, I have the assumption that this stuff is more controlled, but it's not. You know?
Look, people, you people who are just started off, you can learn something from that story.
You're not drinking this beer?
No, you can have it. It's gross, dude. Look, you can learn something from that story, and that is that guy, he's a performer. He is a performer. It's not how we perform, but he's a fucking performer. And he went, and they gave him just a general thing.
Yeah.
Right? They gave him like an outline, and then he brought his own shit to the table.
Yeah.
Always.
That's how it is.
Always,
That's how it is.
always bring your own shit to the table.
Break that habit as soon as you can of waiting for permission.
That's right.
To do shit. You do your shit exactly as you would, and then you don't take it personally when people collaborate with you.
Right.
Because that's what it should be. A collaboration is, I do my shit exactly as I want to, you do your shit, and then we'll fucking meet in the middle somewhere.
Exactly. It goes the other way around, too. I mean, some directors kind of suck with that.
Yeah,
and they
let people do their shit,
Yeah,
man.
let them do their shit. And let other people help you with your shit, but you gotta be providing it also. If not, you're not an artist. You can't call yourself a fucking artist.
All right, we got a ton of emails
Tippies?
to catch up. Yeah, we might have to do another podcast to get these out of the way.
All right, well, we'll save some for the nexties.
All right. Oh shit. Well, I'll get some of the brief ones out of the way. Hi, Jared and Mike.
Oh, nice.
I love your podcast. I just discovered it, so this is very late. But I wanted to let you guys know I loved the Power Hour.
Oh!
Yeah, nobody talks about
Nice.
the Power Hour. Mike, let me finish the email. We'll talk about it. I'm not old enough to drink yet.
Oh,
Don't worry.
no.
I'm 18. Ha ha. What the fuck does that mean? So please don't mind the dick pic attached. I'm sorry, guys. The sour beer's got me all squirrely.
Seriously, the 18 thing. The 18 thing only comes when somebody only bothers to make sure you know they're 18 to make sure that the porn is legit.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get fucking taken down.
Okay. Anyway.
Can I see your ID?
Where you want to go, love? All right. All right. Don't worry, I'm 18. So I modified the ha-has written. So I modified it a bit. I got a bag of M&Ms and ate one every time I recognized the aria, plus a bonus one if I could guess the singer. It was lots of fun, and I'd love to see you guys do more opera-themed games. Maybe an opera bingo game would be fun. Thanks for all you do.
Opera bingo, that's not bad.
Look, I really like your
actually a good
modification. A lot of people just don't drink. You know, a lot of people just don't fucking need it, and I respect that so goddamn much. And the people that are able to come out to the bar and fucking jam and have a good time and sit there and drink orange juice all night, I got nothing but respect for these people because they drive me home.
One of my favorite stand-ups, Doug Stanhope, right? He said something. These people who don't drink to have a good time. That means you have to have a good time to have a good time. And how the fuck do you do that?
Seriously, nothing but respect. When I was 18, I was in university. I was fucking drinking more than I do now. So respect to you and your bag of M&Ms. Hope they were green.
Well, I got the feeling that that's not why she's not drinking, though. She's not drinking because she's 18.
What are you talking about?
Meaning it's not like, no, I don't drink. It's that I would be doing the Power Hour with some alcohol if I could.
She's at home with
Which,
mom
that's
and dad.
cool. Look, respect the law. That's
Yeah.
where you are.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of time to get all fucked up. You'll be 21 soon enough.
Yeah.
But if you
I
take
like
a trip to Germany, you can get all fucked
And
up
for
on a
those
Power
of you
Hour.
out there that don't drink or that do drink, head to our website. I don't even know how to find it anymore, but the Power Hour is there somewhere, I guess. How do you
It's
find
fucking
it?
great, dude.
It's
It's on the website somewhere.
I think on the home page, if you go to sexualsandopera.com, you just scroll down. There's like our most recent things. It's there. You can click it. Power Hour. That thing was a fucking bitch to make, man.
It was fun, though.
It was fun, but oh my God, to collect all these arias, to edit them, and then like we couldn't put it anywhere on YouTube, Twitch, anywhere.
No.
So we found this like archive.gov website.
It pisses me off. There are clips uploaded by random fucks all over the place. And they're monetized, and they don't own that shit.
Yeah, they're bots
but
or
we
something.
were doing
I don't
something
know.
nice.
Yeah, but nice doesn't fucking mean shit
on,
these days.
YouTube.
But anyway, you can go check it out. You can play it by yourself, or you can play it with Mike and I. It's a guaranteed good time. If you've never played Power Hour, fucking do it. It's the only opera Power Hour in the world. If I'm wrong, send me the link to the other one. But as far as I know, it's the only goddamn opera Power Hour that has existed in the history of mankind, okay? All right.
And it's all because of us.
Yes.
That's what we fucking contribute to society.
That's what I'm talking about.
Getting
the
fucked
fuck
up.
you doing? Go out and vote, you lazy
Go
fucks.
vote.
This is a long one here. All right, I'm going to skip down to the question. You ready for this shit?
Yep.
I do have a question for the next time you bring up drugs on the podcast.
Okay.
As you know, Denver has been legalizing ride now for over 6 years.
What the fuck?
I think that's pot, maybe. I'm half drunk, man. You gotta type this shit up.
Ride.
Legalizing pot for the next 10 years. You brought up weed and opera singing in your podcast, but I'm curious as to your thoughts on the angle of weed and opera listening. One of my absolute favorite things to do these days is take an edible and attend the opera, or these COVID days, listen to the Met stream. Note, I don't like to be stoned out of my gourd for this, but just the right level of high to get in deep with the performance. You've heard of grand opera? Well, I do the high opera.
Nice.
My question is this somehow bad for opera? Would it be considered
no.
cheapening of the experience or art form? I love opera stone cold, sober as well, but with a little side of weed. Wowza!
He wrote wowza?
Wowza, dude. With a comma and everything. I don't think I'd want to turn a beautiful opera house into a dead show with smoke wafting. That'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be amazing.
But I could really get behind an audience dressing in the fancy, going to the theater and getting their opera jam on with a little side of the chronic. Also, I wouldn't want the performers to think their audience can only enjoy the art while high. It shouldn't be that at all. What are your thoughts, and can we make this a thing,
Look,
dude?
so-
I would make it a thing today.
Write him his invitation to be on the fucking podcast.
Yeah,
because
come
this
on.
guy has some ideas.
This guy gets it, man.
Every generation, there's an innovative thinker, and this guy is the motherfucker for this generation.
Yeah, man. People when they always talk about what's next with opera, it's small ideas. It's like, well, we're gonna fucking put them in a Texaco
What
gas
if everybody's
station.
wearing tennis shoes?
Yeah, what if fucking Pagliacci happened and they were all fucking dreaming? Like, fuck that. Get everybody high, man. That's
First
next
off,
level
that's
shit.
a way to make Tosca funny.
Yeah.
If you're going to make Tosca funny, everybody should be probably high.
Yeah.
So I would...
Then it'd be hilarious.
Then it'd be fucking hilarious. So if you had everybody high in the
Yeah.
audience, and then the Cavaradossi is doing that overacting thing, man,
Yeah.
you're fucking bringing down the house.
Yeah.
Bringing it down. But to bring this back around, one of my favorite people who's ever existed was Carl Sagan.
Yeah, sure.
You know who Carl Sagan is, yeah?
Of course.
He does. Of course he knows who it is, but I'm not sure if any of you guys do. If you don't, fuck off and go listen, like literally fuck off and go watch Cosmos, the original Cosmos. Carl Sagan was the fucking man.
Yeah.
And he, back in the day when weed was not an acceptable thing to be really talking about out in the open. Well, I mean, he was back in the 70s, so people were doing, but
Yeah,
he
man.
was a respected person. He was a respected astrophysicist at a university at Cornell, and he was talking about smoking weed. And what he said is, "I'm not a trained musician.
Yeah.
I've never played an instrument in my life, but I love listening to classical music, especially Bach. And I've always heard musicians talk about
I
with
think you
Bach.
brought this up once. Yeah,
I think I probably did, but it shows. This is you hear people talk about this all the time. He said, "I've never been able to hear all the different voices very distinctly,
Yeah.
but when I smoke weed, I can somehow hear them clear as a bell."
Yeah. Yeah.
And people think, "Oh, come on, he's just making that up." But these drugs that are actually fucking,
Yeah.
why would it be unthinkable to think that when a drug messes a bit with the structure of your brain that you then think differently,
Yeah, yeah.
that you
No.
then perceive information differently?
And we covered. I think what he's writing about is like probably this conversation we basically had. But what I said during that conversation is I've been high before and I've watched a movie and I noticed something and then forever for the rest of my life, it's there.
Yeah.
And I never noticed before. It fucking exists, but somehow I didn't perceive it until I was fucking high or something like that. To your question, man, listen to opera high. That's fine. But a bunch of people high at an opera house would probably fuck shit up a bit.
Why?
Dude, they had at the Pacific Science Center in Seattle back in the day, they had a laser night Pink Floyd show midnight, and and you would go there, and all these stoners would be there, and people would just lose their shit.
Why couldn't
know
you
what I mean?
do a show specifically with the idea that everybody's getting high at the show?
You could do a show. I'm on board with that. But if like when you go to a rock concert, you expect that half the people there are on fucking drugs, right? At least the type of music I listen to, right? But if you went to an opera house and half the time people there were on drugs, it wouldn't work because opera to work has to have a lot of control in the audience. And there's different types of high. And when I'm high, I get giggly as fuck. And when Cavaradossi got shot, I would think about this conversation you had, and I would start fucking dying laughing. And I would ruin it for everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
okay.
A special event, yes. Listening at home, yes. But having it be a normal part of opera, no, man. Like, it would just be chaos.
You're the one who was talking about thinking outside the box, dude.
Yeah,
You were the one saying, let's change opera big time.
Yeah, but it's like the thing is
I get you.
And but we've had this conversation a lot. People talk about changing opera, but they won't come to terms with the fact that they're trying to change it until it needs to become pop music, and then they stop right at that border.
Yep.
They're like, what if we made it loud and we had lights and smokes and it was sexy and people stood up when they listened to it and
you used different colors of your voice.
Yeah, you use different colors of your voice, and then like the orchestra was electrical instruments. It's like, oh, are you describing Justin Timberlake? Like, you know, like they always like, look, opera is not that. You know what I mean? It's not that, and you can't make it that. You know, like, and people
If
always
it eventually
try to.
became something. Terms to describe things change all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe someday it does. Maybe you come up with a new fucking term and everybody starts doing that. Fine, whatever. I don't want to control. Like, I don't want there to be somebody controlling in which direction it goes. I just want people to start doing shit and then do it. So if that's, hey, what's his name?
I think Ian.
Ian, I don't know if he wanted to stay. No, don't
lots
stay
of Ians
anonymous.
out there.
It's fucking legal there. Here's the deal, Ian. If you want opera to start going in that way, then fucking do it.
Yeah.
Then just go to the opera high, see what happens. Maybe you do ruin a bunch of performances, but then we found out what's going on with it.
I think he's already doing it. He said.
I respect it, dude. It's legal. Fuck it.
Fucking do it, man. I mean, why the fuck not? You know. Anyway,
but the thing that's good about that instead of alcohol is when you get fucking drunk, you got to pee all the time.
yeah, that's the thing is people will be like, no edibles at an opera house. Even I said that kind of just now, but it's like people get sloshed. You know,
Exactly.
people get fucked. That was the chair. That was the chair,
Yeah,
dude. I didn't
whatever,
fart.
dude.
I can recreate it. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. God, that was
No, that's a good point, though. They're already doing mind-altering fucking drugs at the opera house. It's just alcohol.
Oh man, rich fucking people get fucking hammered, dude.
They get hammered.
They get hammered. They just don't. I don't know. They somehow don't get wild. Or they do it in a different way.
But do you have to take a shit or anything whenever you get high? Like, I have less experience with it than you do.
No,
Does it
think-
make you have to pee or go shit?
Yeah, it's different for everybody. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to get tired or you're going to get the giggles, you know?
So you fall asleep. That's not bothering
I mean,
anybody
you're doing
unless
that
you
anyway,
start
right?
snoring. You're doing that half the time anyway.
I was reading, yeah, I mean, but figure your edibles out, you know? Okay? Figure your shit out.
Yeah.
Okay? Because smoking pot's one thing, but edibles, it's like, it becomes, you can have a brownie that does nothing, or you can have a brownie that's going to change your fucking life.
Fuck that, dude. Psilocybin is legal now in Denver.
Yeah?
Dude, Ian, strap it on and go do some mushrooms and go to the fucking opera. Let us know how it went, okay?
God damn.
No, we do. Sex, Drugs, and Opera does not claim responsibility for anything that fucking dude Ian does.
Yeah. You know, yeah. Anything you hear on the show is not. We are not held accountable for any of that. Yeah, no, put it in the small print on our
Fucking
website.
disclaimer.
Hey,
That
man.
was a great email.
We're going to take a little break here, and then we're going to record our secret sponsor section, which is the reversal of our desert island shit.
All the shit we can't take.
Yeah, it's going to be the shit we fucking hate. Anyway, so take care of yourselves. We'll see you in 2 weeks, I
It was
guess,
nice
in September.
being here with you again.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.